What is up, everybody? I'm back here with another movie review. I am doing Death Wish this week with Bruce Willis, a remake from the 1970s. It's directed by Eli Roth. I didn't see the original one, so this is my first experience with this movie. I'm going to get into my rating of it, but let me start out with saying something that might trigger some of you, because I'm going to be completely honest, all right? I always check the ratings on Rotten Tomatoes. It's a website that has a bunch of critics going on there, sharing their opinions about movies and whatnot. I go on and I see that the rating for this movie in general, everything put together, was a 13%. Do you know how bad a movie has to be to get a 13%? It has to be horrific. It has to be one of the worst movies you've ever seen. So, me being a new movie reviewer, because I'm obviously better than a lot of people that do these, me being a new movie reviewer and putting my thoughts out there, I spent the money to go see this movie even though I saw that shitty rating. You want to know why? Because this movie wasn't that bad. It wasn't. And I am sick and tired of this shit. Let's get on to my review real quick. All right. Death Wish. Casting. Bruce Willis and then everyone else. Bruce Willis pretty much carried everyone else throughout this movie. But it is what it is. 6 out of 10. Acting, 6.5 out of 10. It was okay. Sometimes it was like, bland. Special effects, CGI, 5.0 out of 10. There were some moments in this movie where I thought it was like kind of fake, but it's whatever. Violence, 8 out of 10. It's Eli Roth. You're expecting that shit. If you see his Hostel movies, you see him from the second one, he has the lady fucking dangling from her feet. The lady sits in a bath, like a tub like device, and like slices her and lets the blood fall all over her. It was phenomenal. Violence was 8 out of 10. It was great for when it comes to violence, so you'll love that shit. Camera work, 7.5 out of 10. Not the best camera work, but it's whatever. I wasn't going to the movie for the camera work. Entertainment, 7 out of 10. And originality was a 3.0 out of 10 because obviously it's a remake, so remakes don't get a lot of originality because you're remaking what the film was back in the 70s. Overall, I give Death Wish a 5.2 out of 10, not a 13%. This movie was average. It was an average movie, but it was very entertainment and the violence was phenomenal. But when it comes to Eli Roth, a moviegoer like myself who's a diehard fan of these directors and sees that they put a lot of work and effort into these films, praises people like Eli Roth because they put their minds, souls, and fucking hearts into these movies trying to entertain their guests. It's not all about money. Sometimes they have to get more than the budget of their film. Obviously, they have to double it. But they go in trying to make a better version of what it once was. All right? And let me tell you something, Eli Roth. I know you're not going to watch this, but you did a pretty stand-up job when it comes to your remake. First of all, I didn't see the original, but this was a very entertaining movie. It wasn't the best film I've ever seen, but by your standards, with all the violence, the goofiness in it, I thought it was very entertaining. But I have to give it a 5.2. Average score for me. It's not a horrible score. You'll see down the road from these other movies that I'm going to watch. There will be probably worse scores, but 5.2 overall. But this is what I have to talk about right now because I'm fucking sick of it. I really am. America is so soft nowadays. It really is. You have these movie reviewers, that get paid, I might mind you, get paid to watch these movies and give their inputs and outputs on these movies. So, me being the movie mind, the expert in movies, because I've been watching movies and violent movies since I was the age of 7, which is probably why I'm fucked up today. But I watch these movies and try to come out with a new idea of how to critique these movies. So I go on the Rotten Tomatoes after this film. I don't do it before the film. I go on Rotten Tomatoes and see why everyone hated this movie. I see it. I go down the list. Guess what they say? They say they hated the movie because of poor timing. Poor timing. They hated the movie. This is what's wrong with America today. This is why Donald Trump, a non-politician, got elected into office. Because Americans like myself are sick and tired of the fucking softness in this country. You're not going to a movie because of bad timing. If people want to see this movie, if people want to spend their hard-earned money on entertainment, they're going to try to get someone's honest opinion on the movie, not because of bad timing. Just because some jerk-off wacko son of a bitch goes into a high school and shoots up a bunch of people, you're going to blame the bad review? A bad review. You're going to give a movie a bad review because of that. These directors put their hearts and souls into these movies. They work hours and hours, stress on top of stress on top of stress. I'm pretty sure they don't want to hear scumbag people like yourselves give it a bad review because of bad timing. They want entertainment, and quite frankly, I can't trust Rotten Tomatoes anymore because of the situation that's going on in the world today. Because if you people are such pussies that you can't sit through an Eli Roth film, which you know is going to be violent, you knew going to this movie is going to be about shooting. Why would you go see it if you thought it was for bad timing? You know an Eli Roth movie is going to be bad. You know it. You shouldn't review the film if you think it's for bad timing. It's such bullshit. I'm not going to explode anymore because I'm sick to my stomach because these actors, these directors, these people that want praise from their films because they love the arts of it. They love like doing this shit for a living. It puts smiles on their faces. They don't want people, cocksuckers like you. They don't want you to review the movie because of the wrong reasons. Stop reviewing films if it's going to hurt your opinion because of bad fucking timing. This is exactly why I'm doing this shit. Because I have an open mind. I don't think about school shootings because you know what? There's probably going to be another one 4 months from now because people will forget that this one ever happened because that's what everyone does. They move on with their lives and something else down the road happens again because everyone fucking forgets about it. How about put some fucking cops in schools? How about do that? Anyway, that's my movie review. That's my rant. I'm sorry if I rambled, but 5.2 Death Wish. If I had to give you an opinion on it, if you're in the mood for some entertainment, go see this movie. It was very entertaining. It wasn't the most original piece of work, but if you love violence, if you love entertainment, definitely go see this movie. I'm disgusted by these reviewers. I'm disgusted by this country. It is gross. Have a great night. Bye.